get that bit. You thought you were spitting bars in it.
Anyways.
Alright, we're back with another episode. Welcome. Oh, you know what? I've been meaning to get onto people. This is what I wanted to do. I was thinking about this. One topic I wanted to do at the beginning. Right. So I've been going through our analytics. 60% of you aren't subscribed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you share. Alright? Don't be a hater.
Not just to his channel, subscribe to my channel. Big Rose, yeah, in the spirit. I've got a YouTube channel as well. Forget his channel for a minute. What about my channel? Big Rose in the spirit, okay? You know what's popping over them sides. It's authentic content coming from the real source, which is moi, okay? But you know, Big Rose official on the gram. That's how you feel. Big brr, you know? And on all streaming platforms, you can find my music somewhere. That's on YouTube, that's on Spotify, that's on Apple Music, that's also on SoundCloud. You can catch a vibe there too. I know that's what's up.
I only have Instagram and YouTube.
He only has Instagram and YouTube.
I don't have.
But you know, you can find me.
You know it's fine. In fact, she's saying that. Why is she trying to say it like I'm trying to overshadow her, like she isn't tagged and everything? Like I haven't put her name spelled correctly, by the way.
With a Z, I love that, you know.
Come on, you already know. But today's subject, or you know, we say that, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for all of your support. Back with another episode. Today's subject is going to be a fiery one. Well, I bought notes today. Everyone be complaining about my tangents. Not just everyone on YouTube, but my mum. So, I bought my paper out. It's going to help us stay on track.
I mean, I feel like we flowed quite well throughout the episodes, to be honest. They were quite, you know, structured in their own way, I think. And so not necessarily, I don't feel like we've ever not been on track. So I think that's just...
It's not on track. It's just my tangents. No, it's not on track.
Your tangents, so you just know when to shut the fuck up, basically. You know, sometimes you just need another person there to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Excuse. See? It's rubbing off on me. I like to excuse her language, okay?
You know, don't excuse my language. I speak for myself. We're not excusing my language.
Well, I've excused it anyway. I've excused it. YouTube, please don't shut up on us. We are suitable for children and families. This is a family show. Make sure you watch with your brothers, your sisters. Make sure they catch some gems. Right, today's episode.
Whatever.
Right, today's episode. You know how she's charged up? She's charged up because of today's episode. You know what? Before we get into something, I just want everyone to understand that we are not passing accountability on today's episode. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to raise awareness on the new landscape of what relationships are today. We don't see them man out in the desert singing in leather no more. We don't hear them man out in the desert singing about their love. You know, Jodeci. In the desert, in leather,
in the DM
black
singing
leather, by
about
the way.
it, or they're in the WhatsApp singing about it, or they're down my line singing about it, you know? Not necessarily in the desert, but you know.
Whoever's be singing on her line, you must not see the size of his head, bro. I know it looks a lot smaller on the camera,
my
but
head
in
is
person,
gorgeous.
In person, it's
I'll
a lot.
say it again, it has to
It's
hold the
you
weight
know what I
of
mean?
this gorgeous
Like
brain.
seeing that. In fact,
So therefore, this temple has been chosen and crafted very precisely by, you know, the Lord himself.
In fact, before we continue, what songs did they be singing? Go on, hit us with one tune.
Well,
I don't even know the tune. Ain't no one singing down her line. Ain't no one singing down her line. Shall I tell you what the darlings be singing to, man? I might get some Jasmine Sullivan.
yeah,
I might
breaking
get
the windows at your car, the car that is currently non-existent.
What can I say? It just be driving them crazy sometimes. Is that my fault? Is that my fault? Which, in fact, takes me to...
I wouldn't want a man to sing to me unless he was actually my man, because then I'll find it a little bit cringe. So if it was my man actually singing to me, then cool, you better sing, babe. But other than that, if it's just some random guy singing to you, or someone of interest singing to you, it can be like a little bit like cheesy. So you just probably be like, maybe not, you know?
So what you're trying to tell me is...
If it was the man that is actually the one you're in a relationship with, professing his love to you via song, then I'm all here for it.
Okay, fair enough. I feel that's normal for everyone. You wouldn't just want a random person singing to you. That's a bit weird, what? A random man outside your window of a jukebox. In fact, let me put...
Disclaimer, guys, I've got a cold. I'm just recovering from a cold, so this is what is given today.
See, one episode on COVID and all of a sudden she's coughing. You know what I mean?
No, but even in the last episode, the wind was attacking my nose, so like it was bound to happen.
Like people, we all know what the wind was attacking. Every- you see what? You're about to strike me.
I don't condone
We say
domestic
no
violence.
to domestic violence, people, okay?
No, but
Take-
definitely don't take no shit though. But just no to domestic
Once again,
violence.
excuse her language. But,
No, don't excuse it.
but once again, back in today, relationships, 21st
Don't
century.
take no shit.
21st century relationships. I've got a question I'd like to pose to people, okay?
He said,
So-
"What is love?"
Not even just what is love. I'm going to give people a concept, all right? So for me, I've realized, well, not even for me, in general, from what I've seen, in modern day relationships, it's a case of consumption and competition with no collaboration.
But where did the competition come from?
I believe that, like we only spoke about identity, I believe that now that you're able to see other relationships and you're able to see how people are treated, it kind of, I guess you could say it does broaden your perspective. However, people don't see what's going on behind the scenes, like I say, because you might see the most perfect relationship. I'll give an example. Rihanna and Chris Brown. When those two got together, oh my days. Everyone was like, oh, yeah, they're the new power couple. Beyonce and Jay-Z status. But they were going through some stuff.
I never saw them as a power couple, I'll be honest. I
Everyone.
think they was a couple that was very sexy. They were a sexy couple. But I just feel like they were very toxic from the get-go. I just feel like the music that they made individually and then when they came together, I just feel like their love was just toxic. It might have been a beautiful thing, don't get it twisted. But like behind closed doors, I feel like a lot of that toxic stuff manifested like in real life. So I just feel like that's why it just didn't last long.
Okay, so in that sense, I feel like with people, just like you said, it didn't last long because you
Two
could say
toxic
maybe they
people
weren't
can't last long
compatible.
together. They
But
can have a beautiful thick thing going on for a period of time. Like they can create a beautiful chemistry, but that chemistry can be like off key at some points, and then like it just doesn't end well, you know. And sometimes they trigger each other's demons, which I feel like that was the case in their situation. Whereas in other situations, you need someone that's a little bit more like the opposite of you to balance you out, whereas you might be too similar, you know. And I think like that's where a lot of people fuck up, where it seems like, you know what, this person is definitely my speed, this person is my vibe, but actually they're too much of your vibe where it's like it's toxic. I don't know.
hey, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes that's kind of worth it. Not forever though. Not forever. Maybe just for a
Do you
day or
hear
two.
what he
Maybe
just
for a day.
said?
Hey, what?
He said for a day or two. Everyone, let's be real, everyone loves a little bit of a toxicity. Everybody does. But then it's like, how long does that last for? It doesn't.
It's not meant to last.
It
though.
doesn't.
It's not. But
It's
that's
like
why-
you're meant to get in and get out.
But yeah, of course. But that's why. That's why.
Okay, first of all, I wouldn't even say entertain something toxic because you can definitely get hurt if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And I think you should definitely know what you're doing all the time, especially when it comes to your intentions and how you're deciding to treat a person and how you're allowing them to treat you. Definitely know what you're doing all the time. That is definitely before, but in any stage, that's in the talking stage, that's in the relationship stage, that's in, you know, the vetting stage before you even get to the talking stage and stuff like that. So I think definitely be so clear with your intentions and how you expect to be treated and how you want to treat someone, so that there's just no room for anyone to mess around. So therefore, if there's a time to be like, if there's a time where you experience someone not necessarily putting you or giving their best to you, it's like, okay, cool.
Pause there. Okay, pause there. Right. This is something I want to touch on. So, what exactly would that be to you? Because for me, I
think it's
for
different.
For a man and for a woman, it's different.
I think it's different. I'm going to ask you, why do you think it's different for a man and a woman? But I'm going to say, I think it's different based on that individual person's capabilities.
For me, it's more of a case of what I think. You're going to hold on, no? Just holding the mic bare
Yes,
tight.
I'm holding it.
Okay, all right, cool. Just holding it bare tight, like you're going to find me or something. But, so for me, I feel... for me, what I think is that the way men and women feel is completely different. It's like the way a man sees a relationship isn't the same way a woman sees a relationship. For a woman, they're a lot more emotionally attached, I would say. A lot more physically attached. For a man, it's more of a spiritual thing. It's more of a spiritual thing for a man. I feel like as long as the woman he's with can provide him a nice, peaceful space, the man will do anything. It's like, for example, I've told myself I would never get married. But I know for the right person, I would get married. But I still say I'm not going to get married just because it's not on my mind. But that's only because the parameters haven't been met for me to then go forth and say, right, this is the person I want to marry. And I feel like it's the same way for women. I feel like if a woman feels a certain type of way, she will act a certain type of way. But if she doesn't, she'll act separately. Does that make sense?
I mean, either way, you basically just said.
No.
Either way, you basically just said you will act accordingly towards the person you feel like you could see a future with.
I just spoke about the man named spirituality. Sorry for kind of, I didn't mean to speak over you, but you know.
No, he loves it. He loves to speak over me all the time. So that's why, as women, you have to fight for your rights. You have to stand on your business and you have to stand your ground. And therefore, if you think and you believe something, then you stand on that and you fight for that. And then you put your point across until it's heard, until you feel like it's being understood. And if it's not being understood or overlooked, then you take your energy and then you proceed elsewhere.
Right.
Simple as that.
So that's all right, cool, fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not rebuttaling that. But what I'm saying is that for a man, it's more spiritual. As long as for a woman, man,
for a woman, it's spiritual as well.
Just cut me off. This is what I mean about neo-feminism. All right.
No.
It's new age feminism where
you're just saying it's emotional for women and it's physical for women, whereas for a man it's spiritual, but for women it's spiritual as well.
That's what I just said.
Simple as that. I just said that.
I said that before. If she let me finish, this is why I said it's heated already about the subject. I ain't even got to the heated bits. You know what I mean? We ain't even got there yet. But we're gonna get there soon. So for me, it's a case of where I feel like for women it's more emotional and physical because there's a lot more a woman is looking for. Now, this is not me saying that women aren't strong, but essentially, a man is seen as a...
Women, you're too strong. Women are too strong. You're too strong, and sometimes it's strong to a fault. Like, you don't have to be strong. Like, you don't have to suffer for everything. Like, sometimes things are meant to come to you, and it's meant to look like exactly what it's... Shut the front door.
Suffering is the epitome of life.
Okay, but now what I'm saying to you is, you have your... Last episode, I was talking about seasons. You could have already had your season for struggle. Doesn't mean that every fucking love story has to have a struggle season in the begininin.
That's a choice thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm gonna continue speaking because I let you speak. But anyways, there can be certain things that happen in life where it can create a struggle where you're there to support each other, right? But not to say that should be your story in the beginning, but you have to keep experiencing that in every beginning of every love story that you try to have. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's not something that should happen every fucking time. It might happen occasionally. It's not a choice because you can choose to support someone, you can choose not to support someone. Simple as that. But at the end of the day,
that's not a relationship though.
It's not an excuse to have your hardships come in the way of actually being a good person to somebody.
Nah. Because are you still gonna hold it? Alright, so everything
hold it.
everything she just said, I hear it. It makes a lot of sense. But I still feel like I said, women, emotional and physical, women have a larger pool to choose from. As a man, you don't necessarily have a large pool to choose from. I feel like for a man would go to McDonald's. I feel like this is something I was arguing with the guys about. Because even I get this sometimes. Because I feel like a man can go to McDonald's, see a woman behind the till and be like, you know what? I can see myself with her. Just based on how she looks, maybe how she treats him. She might just say, hope you have a nice day. And that, just from those words, a man's already got the whole lifeline planned out. Now, it's not necessarily saying that he's going to go for her, but it's just there's a different kind of feeling. But for a woman, hold on, for a woman, no, it's not forced hope. It's not forced hope. Because everything that you want, you don't need to pursue. Like, I've been there. Just because you want something doesn't mean...
Anything you want, you don't need to pursue. That is true.
Everything you want, you don't need to pursue. I feel like...
But you show women that you want them and then you don't pursue them.
Impossible, because I didn't say anything about wanting her. I just said that she might have treated me nicely. And in my mind... No. That's right. But I'm not going to tell her. I'm just saying, you know what? I could see myself having a good future with her just because of how she treats me, how she acts. But for a woman, yes, it is all of those things, but there's a more physical aspect for it. As a man, you're not going to be looking for any physical aspects. Hence why I said the 21st century... Can I have my paper, please? Thank you. Hence why I was saying the 21st century relationship, not just for women, for men as well, since now how things have changed, people are obviously starting to adapt. That's why it's become a state of consumption and competition with no collaboration. I got confused. Consumption, a state of consumption and competition with no collaboration.
Where does the consumption come from?
So the consumption is, even though we're in a relationship, rather than me, like, for example, my parents' relationship, they don't expect anything from each other, but they'll still give to each other. Do you know what I mean? Maybe people will say, oh, that's a time thing, but for me, I feel like it's if you really care and if you really love for someone, no matter what, you're gonna be with that person either way. And I feel like that's changed now. Maybe, you know what? Maybe a lot of people is hold on. Maybe a lot of people will say, oh, that's underlying trauma and whatnot. Cool. 100%. I get that. I'm not gonna lie. I may have contributed to a fair bit of trauma myself. I ain't always been fantastic. However, it's not always something that someone intentionally goes out to do. And I feel like with how things have evolved and with how relationships are being viewed nowadays, I feel like that's why relationships have now become a state of consumption and competition with no collaboration. The woman is trying to be the man and the man is trying to be
a bitch.
The man. No, the man times two, because think about it. A man can't be a man unless...
bitch ass mother ninjas.
I don't know who she's chilling with.
Right?
I don't know who she's chilling with.
Not that I'm chilling with them, but let's just talk about
I don't know who, because my guys, we shine. Like, we do our business. We handle our business.
Let's just talk about the men, that UK versus the USA. I feel like obviously everyone has the everybody has the ability to not be faithful in their relationship, right? Everyone has.
In fact, let's pose this question.
No, I'm still talking. Shush. Where everyone has the ability to not be faithful in a relationship, right? And everyone will face temptation in their relationships. Everyone. But when I say, when it comes to the UK versus the USA, right? Like in the UK, I feel like we're very cold. Like we could all be cold, wherever we're from, but like we're very cold when it comes to love, like, and romanticism. You're not from the UK, you're African. It's different. Do you get it? So when it comes to actually shut the front door.
Hey, I got a passport, guys.
I swear, this is what I mean. I hate being interrupted when I speak. It's like when you speak, he must continue speaking. Then when I speak here, you must have 10,000 points you want to bring to the table. Shut the fuck up. That's what I said. I said what I said, and I'm speaking to this guy right here next to me. I don't care. Anyways, in America, they're so much more vocal and prominent about their love and how they project it and how they advertise it and how they promote it and how it's just given. Like, end of the day, love comes from God, like, first and foremost. Whether you're with someone, whether you're married by yourself, love comes from God. So that's who loves you if you feel like nobody loves you, first and foremost, right? But going forward, when you're trying to find that love in a person, it's so difficult. And at the same time, you can't like settle, and you can't just continue searching. You might go through a period of searching or whatever just to figure out what it is you like and what you don't like or whatever like that. You can never settle, especially once you know your worth and stuff like that. And I feel like in terms of how like people are scared to love, and that's okay, especially when it's like the real thing. But like here in the UK, it's like you run from love so much in this UK. Like there's not a lot of traditional, like, I mean, now more, I feel like people are going closer to God. So there's a lot more relationships I'm seeing form, like a lot more marriages I'm seeing form and stuff like that. Yeah. But like typically in the 21st century, like relationships, like no one's sticking together long term. You got a lot of broken families. You got a lot of single parent homes. Like you like, there's people that are dads that you're not showing up for their kids. There's people that are single moms that are not doing what they're necessarily supposed to be doing for their kids and stuff like that. So there's a lot of broken family homes, but there was a lot of fucking around. Like everyone be fucking, but who be loving for real? Like, do you know what I mean? Who really be loving? Yeah, but it's temporary. You don't you haven't found someone that you actually thought, you know what? Yeah, I could be with this person forever. So end of the day, when it comes to that, like going forward, obviously, we're still young, but at the same time, going forward, it's like when you want to establish like love, like long term, it's like I feel like there's a lot of inauthenticity that is covered up around it when a lot of people are not really being their true selves. Like you have to be very authentic to who you are and be intentional about what you're doing and how you're showing up to get the best out of somebody, vice versa, you know? So I feel like that's where it's at. Obviously, everyone, like I said, has the potential to not be their best selves or to like be tempted by outside things when they're in a relationship. I just feel like in America, like especially because I can speak because I'm from New York, I seen
Here you go again. She's trying to say I'm that she's even from the UK.
Yeah, I'm from the UK, but wasn't born here. Like, so I can understand that I was made out of a different product of
She's
love.
an American.
I was made out of different product of love. Like, it's not typically advertised or shown here or modeled here. So I can speak from a different kind of place. Like, it's literally like when you're talking about. In the beginning, we was talking about like who's out here singing about, who's singing love songs outside your window in the desert and stuff like that.
In leather. All right.
In the desert, who's doing up Jodeci? You know what I'm saying? With the leather pants on and everything like that.
Sacrificing, you can have a heat stroke.
End of the day, yeah, the sacrifice has to be in the spirit. When it comes to these things like these days, for sure. But definitely.
But continuing from what you've just said, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything you've just said there, I feel like the only reason why things are like that, with the exact comparison you've just made, is social media. You've just said in America they love more than
it's nothing
here.
about social media though. This is way before social media was in the mix.
Complaining about being cut off.
Yeah, but you're saying social media, but this is way before social media was in the mix though.
Okay, social media, music. The only way we know about it, all right, you know it because fair enough.
I am a product of real love.
Product of it, but I am a product of.
I'm a product of real love. Okay. That good, nice R&B, love, making love. Okay, I was made out of marriage. Okay, God Himself made me. That's real love too. Okay, so when it comes to these things here, you can never settle for less than that, especially when you're looking to continue such, potency of love and anointing. Yeah, but even if the wasp was to come next to me, that's a blessing. Well, I already had a wasp land on me not long ago, so that's okay.
You realise here what you said? Yeah.
No, it was chilling. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to be stung,
No, but let me continue. Yes, 100%. Packaging. We thank God. However, that's not the case for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you may have had that example, but other people don't have the example. I've had that example, but I don't believe that defines how you love because, once again, social media, even though you might not say there was social media then, but there was still music, movies. The depiction of love was a thing like,
what is that? An expression of what? How someone feels the inside.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a sucker for a rom-com.
A rom-com?
That's right. I'm a sucker for a rom-com. What is it? Think Like a Man. Why Did I Get Married? Some of the.
I look like the black rom-coms be going off.
You know what I mean? They
be hitting.
About last night.
I'll be like, God knows what He's doing. Like, we have to watch these things and how they're modeled before us, like in these movies, even though it's scripted and stuff like that. But it's scripted by the real, by the real author. But let me tell you something. Those rom-coms right there are serious.
Just
yes, I hear him.
With the mic. See what I mean? I didn't even get to finish the damn point. But social media has affected how our relationships, even if it's not social media, music, movies, people have examples. And that's how obviously you learn.
How's it affected the relationships?
Because we don't have that no more. Now, if you think about it, the norms of relationship in the 21st century.
So basically, because there's no R&B music no more being made like that, people don't know how to love like that no more.
It's not just that. The R&B music brought you in on game. Do you know what I mean? I don't think some of these kids, they know about putting the tunes on in the background while you're lotioning the babes. Do you know what I mean? Hold on a second now. Because I get kind of emotional about this because obviously my little brother's growing up. And I'm thinking, damn, bro. Even if I drop all of this game on you, my bro, and I give all, what are you going to do with these gems? Because
he's too young. You have to reinstall them. He's too young.
Yeah? Oh, Bags?
Yeah.
Oh, my guy Bags. Obviously, my little brother, my youngin, is coming up. Obviously, he's getting there soon. I still need to ask him the crucial question. All my JJK fans know, what is this time? Come on, man. You got to get bro in there early.
But, yeah.
Hold on. I'm not finished yet. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to know when to take the lead because these guys will act like they know what they're doing and they really don't, and they'll have you out here looking crazy. So sometimes as women, always know what you're doing and always know what the next is because these guys don't know what's next. So as a woman, always know what's next because sometimes these guys will be improving.
Nah, stop that.
More time.
No, wait, hold on. I get what she's saying, but...
More time, everything is improv these days. Everything is improv.
I'm going to get to that as well.
It's very rare to find someone who's got a plan.
We got to remember.
And I feel like as a plan...
There's young girls watching this at the same time.
As a plan, as a woman with a plan, you often can't settle, right? Because you're going to have people that want to discourage you from your plan.
Business. You know what? You see,
yeah, settling. Settling is when you have a goal. When you have a goal, right, in mind, right? And then anything that meets less than that goal is settling.
No, it's
Simple
not.
as that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
'Cause
You can compromise. That's different,
These
right?
words, see, these words, this is what I mean. Like, I feel like when a lot of people, because it's like this, right? No man, this is the same thing like I said before about the man going into McDonald's, being able to look at the cashier and thinking, raw, you know what? I could see myself having kids with her. Why? Because of the way she carried herself, her mannerisms. Like,
Okay, but I can say the same thing, though.
Let me land. Yeah, but with the statement.
Okay,
you just
that
said,
fine ass
no,
man
but
from
hold on,
JD, like the way that the customer service was, and because he's fine as hell, I could see. Do you know what? I could see you tying my kid's shoelaces. I could say some dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's not dumb stuff. This is real stuff because.
And then I can picture it. I can have a whole Delulu moment. I can picture it right there and then. And I can actually imagine my son maybe having the same shape up as you. And then guess what? It's all happy days. But you know what? That was just an image in my mind and I walked away. You get it? He was on shift. He didn't even ask me for my number. And you know what? It's cool. I live to see another day. But you know what? It's fine. But I gotta go in my mind and I'm not gonna settle. But you know what? I can still see a future with that guy from JD.
See what I mean?
That's exactly what he's trying to say about the McDonald's thing.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that for a woman, like
you can easily see potential in anyone that you find attractive. Yes, you can.
No.
Not in anyone, but in someone that you find attractive that can meet your certain that can tick certain boxes.
No, for a female, the longevity thing is more of a man. When a man's thinking long term, a man doesn't care how paying you are. You can be the payingest girl ever, but I'll only be once and I'm gone. You're never gonna hear from me again. Another man might be chasing you forever in his whole life, but just because you look nice doesn't mean that I'm gonna want to spend my life with you. No, that's not the case.
Vice versa. Just because, a guy could be built, he could have the 10-10 body looking like a whole PT, but it doesn't mean that I want to even get to know you. You could be having all the money. It doesn't mean I want to date you. Simple as that.
As a woman, women,
you could be
providers. Women, hold on, because this is fundamental. You see, this is what I mean. People, you're gonna say that, but then when you go into society, you don't see the man who's. If you had a man that's 5'6" and a man who's 6 foot standing next to each other, who would you choose? Be real.
Depends. Do I know them both already?
No. You see, this is based on first impressions. You see a man who's well built, 6 feet tall, well built, healthy, everything going for him. You see a man who's 5'6". Hold on, let me land.
Because I've been dealing with short niggas most of my life, so I might as well go for the tall nigga for once.
Do you see? What does that even mean? That you see the justification. It's not that. It's not that.
Justification because if I've already gone with short niggas most of my life, then I can go with a tall person.
First and foremost, we do not condone the use of the N-word. We say brother around here. We don't want Dr. Umar.
I don't say brother. I say niggas, but you can bleep it out if you want to.
YouTube's gonna do it itself. But no,
it's not. Like
what you're saying is
COVID.
No, they did. They put the banner on it. Have you not seen it? Go on the episode. It has the COVID banner on it. They did it.
I'm screaming.
I swear. Nah, but I get it. Like for women, it's more of a physical attraction. As a man, I get what you're saying, but it's human nature. Like you said, you should a 6 foot guy. Yeah, I understand, but I'm talking about this is a pool you have to choose from. A 6 foot tall man, very well built.
Experience, I know that I've dealt with short guys most of my life, so therefore I'm gonna go for tall guys.
I'm not asking you. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, but I'm not asking you as in you. I'm talking about imagine you don't know these people. You've never dealt.
Exactly.
She knows the answer to the question. All the women out there know the answer to the question.
It doesn't matter.
A man who's well built.
Like naturally in my life, I've gone with short people. I've had the option.
I'm not talking about her life. I'm talking about there's two options.
You said 5'6" or 6 foot. So now that I've had experience in my life, I'm gonna go with 6 foot.
She just wants to argue with me. She just wants to argue.
No, he just wants his point to be right.
No, I don't want my point here because everyone knows my point to be right. It's human nature.
Why does everyone know that your point is right? Who said it's human nature?
Because it is. It is. Women want to be protected.
And who's gonna protect you? 5'6".
Yeah, quite short. So anything's really tall, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't really thing. Shouldn't be talking about all my big babes out there. You know what I mean? My basketball is tangents. But yeah, no. Going back onto it, what I was trying to say is that as a woman, you would naturally want to be protected, and the person who has the higher chance of protection you would be the 6 foot tall man.
How do you know that? My 5'6" guy could know jiu-jitsu. He could.
But like I'm saying, you don't know this. But like I'm saying, you don't know this about the person. It's first impressions. Or first impressions, 6 foot tall is always going to win. Why? Because it's just more appealing. It's like with cars and clothing. The nicer the clothes looks.
He could be ugly though. How's he more appealing if he's ugly?
I just said he has everything going for him. The only difference is one is 6 foot, one is 5'6". 6 foot is always going to be everyone's choice. No one can try and tell me any which way about it. Hence why I said women have a larger pool to choose from because a man is more willing, especially in this day and age, to settle because of the way things are going. I'm not gonna lie. It's
No,
treacherous
because
out here.
you guys don't mind just
No.
doing whatever
No,
for a
impossible.
certain goal.
Impossible.
Or if you think, you know what, this person might be worth it, then you're like,
Impossible.
all right, cool. But I feel like, I don't know, you have a certain caliber of men that are just stubborn, where you just think, you know what, they just want to go for this specific type of person, so therefore that's what they're going to chase and that's what they're going to get, type shit. But when it comes to women now, obviously I'm not going to speak for all women, but I just feel like obviously you have a certain kind of person on paper, and then obviously you have
Thank you.
X and
See
Y.
what she just said there?
Wait.
Certain kind of person
Yeah,
on paper.
yeah,
I want
that's
everyone
fair.
to close that one.
That's fine, and you should have standards, 100%.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, certain kind of standard, yeah, level of individual.
But does
on
that
paper,
standard not define your choice?
yeah,
You shy now.
you
You shy now.
on paper, and then you have people that will come along and maybe tick 3 out of 5 boxes, 2 out of 5 boxes, and then you might get lucky, get someone tick 4 out of 5 boxes, and then you want to keep that person, and that person be fucking up, and then it's like, do you know what? Complete reset, dating life finished.
But this is what I mean about choices. Like I said, that's down to a person's choice, especially in this day and age. Everyone's always complaining about relationships. But you know what? I don't care what you have to say. It's all down to choice. I'm going to ask you this question, right? Have you ever cheated before? Actually, let me ask you it first. I have cheated before because I wanted to get this point across. I have cheated before. Not very proud of it. Not the kind of cheating people are thinking about, but either way, it still was cheating. Whatever I did, I shouldn't have done it. Someone had put their faith in me and I'd lost that. Do I feel like it's something that everyone is... I guess everything... Do I feel like it's something that everyone does? No. Do I feel like it's all the same? Yes. I don't feel like you have to... I feel like stepping out of a relationship in any way can be cheating, whether it's having a conversation, doesn't have to be necessarily beating, or, you know, it can just be entertaining a conversation. Either way, that still counts. Do you feel like it's worse for a man to cheat or a woman to cheat? In saying that, well, I'll ask you.
I don't think it's
You didn't answer the question. Have you cheated before?
Shut up. You're asking me 2 questions at once. I'm gonna
the first
answer.
question was, have you cheated before?
I have on a technicality, and I'll explain why. Yeah, I don't think anyone.
I should have said that to you. That was it.
I don't think anyone is right or for cheating. Yeah, I think it's wrong on either party. Like, it's wrong. Plain and simple, is wrong. Okay, like, it's wrong. Don't cheat. Don't condone cheating. And I say technicality because the relationship was already like, it was on the edge. It was breaking down. And I feel like that's the only time you would even think about or consider doing such a thing. Like, it wasn't a thing where I would ever do it if things were going well and, you know, things were working out and we were both treating each other right and stuff like that. Like, and you know, when things are going well, you're not gonna hurt something that doesn't need to be hurt. Like, don't break something that's not broken. Like, do you know what I mean? So therefore, I wouldn't ever do that. But in this particular scenario, like, the relationship was really done. Like, it was already done, but vocally, it just needed to be officially done. And so I had made that disclaimer, like, look, this needs to be done, etc. But, you know, I feel like if you actually kind of genuinely care about the person on either side, like, you're gonna try and fight for the relationship a little bit, do you know what I mean? Depending if it can be salvageable. And obviously in this circumstance, it wasn't salvageable. So it's like, do you know what? I just need to do me. Even though technically I might still be in this thing, I know that I'm getting the fuck out of this thing, right? So I'm just doing me regardless right now. And that's just what I'm going to do. But I would never do it in a way where if I was actually happy in a relationship and if I was unhappy, I would definitely end that relationship before I made any decision. So it was on a technicality because I was already ending a relationship, but it just hadn't been established that it was over. But it was definitely over.
Right. So on that note, can I ask you, who do you think is worse for? Is it worse for a man to cheat or worse?
I did answer that. I said it's not worse for either one. It's worse on either way.
And
it's
worse. And is there a difference between cheating? For example, would you? I'm gonna just quick fire it.
It's worse
would you
either way.
Talking to someone cheating.
Would I consider talking to someone?
That's
What
right.
do you mean?
Like a light lotion.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, just entertaining conversation. You shouldn't be entertaining, even though you may not be entertaining.
First of all, I don't want nobody else's man. Okay, I don't want nobody else's man. I wouldn't want anyone
Be surprised.
to cheat on their woman with me. Like, I think that's disgusting. Like, I wouldn't want to be the other woman. God forbid. Like, do you get it? First of all, I'm someone's whole wife. Okay. I'm somebody's whole wife. That's why all these little, like, temporary relationships never lasted. That's why they broke down the way they broke down. Simple as that. Like,
because you're someone's wife. So you are now.
No, first of all, I was always somebody's wife. Period. But that being said, you have to go through trials and tribulations, trial and error through certain relationships to figure out who you are as a person and how you love as a person and how you grow in love as a person. And on top of that, you have to know what it is you're willing to do to fight for some love in general. And like I said, I would never like hurt a situation that I loved to be in or wanted to stay in.
So you never try to damage something that you enjoy?
No.
First. All right, now, so for me, now, my thing is, I feel like, you know what I'm going to say? I feel like it's worse for women to cheat, number one.
Why?
Because...
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
hold on. I feel like it's worse for women to cheat because I feel like...
Because there's a understanding of men not supposed to have multiple women at one time.
I wasn't even going to say that. Because firstly, I've been there. Having multiple women is just not it. Any man that's been there before will tell you it's just not it. It's way more stress than one. That's just facts. And you don't even know what to do most of the time. I'm not going to lie. But I feel like it's worse for a woman because women mentally or emotionally check out before they do anything. So I know that
emotionally we are out the door.
I know that if a woman has stepped out on me,
she has left the building.
Bro, it's all over. Don't even try to spin that block. Start planning your own journey because for a man,
if she's emotionally checked out, that's definitely your fault.
No,
as a man.
No one's responsible.
100%.
No one is responsible for your emotions. That's
no.
if you're.
That's the inaccountability there. That is the lack
because
of
I haven't said
right
because
there.
I already see. This is what I mean about women. She's completely disregarded what I said. I already said that. I know cheating is wrong.
Partner is with you and she emotionally checks out and that's your partner. That is your fault because that's your responsibility as the man in the relationship to make sure that your partner's emotionally okay.
What about the woman?
If she's not,
what about the woman? Why am I cheating if I'm happy? In fact, you know what? Let me not say this.
But it's the vice versa. You both are meant to be responsible for your partner's emotions and well-being. Simple as that.
So then...
But you're saying it's the worst for the woman because she emotionally checks out. But either way, everyone's got emotions in the situation.
I didn't say it. Everyone.
No, but you said it's worse for the woman
because men are more impulsive. Because men are more impulsive. Nowadays, I'll say women have become more impulsive just because of what's being pushed out.
So basically,
but men are more impulsive.
It means more for women to cheat is basically what you're saying.
100%. Well, that's life. If something means more to her...
but she just could want some son.
No such thing. She's looking for a replacement.
No,
as a man,
let's say, as a man, you're not doing what's meant to be done in the bedroom, okay? Yeah. You're not doing what's meant to be done.
Yeah.
But this is in a relationship now, so she's not just going to step out on you. She might have just told you, look, okay, I want you to spice it up a little bit more. I want you to give me a little bit of this, give me a little bit of that, and then months have gone by now. And it's like, okay, do you know what? There's been some improvement, but we're still not getting there.
What? Maybe.
Do you know what? We're still not getting there.
What do you want from me? That's what I would say. What more?
We're still not getting there.
What to say?
Right.
Top tier performance.
So what have you been doing?
I already know.
That has not been of a success. Have you been?
Don't look at me when you say
overspending your energy elsewhere?
Everyone
who doesn't know.
But
then some conclusions are being formed and some tension is now forming in the relationship and it's causing some stagnancy. Now she don't even want to look at you, okay? But then when you try to get busy, whether she's like, you know what, I ain't got faith in you anyway because you're not going to satisfy me anyway. So I'm going to go call Tyrone.
That's hoeing. I would rather.
I'm screaming. But you know what? She will think like that before even making those impulsive decisions, because that is what you call impulsive. But rather, no, it's not.
That is the whole spirit.
No, it's not.
You know what? I was happier when the hoes would admit it. Okay, when the hoe, she tell you I'm a hoe, and you know what? You respect her more for it.
How is she a hoe if you're a man not satisfying your woman? How is she a hoe for thinking about being satisfied? I'm not saying she's acting on it. I'm not saying she's calling anybody. I didn't say she called anybody.
You might have to call Tyrone.
That's a song.
That's hoeing.
We know what song that is. That's from Erykah Badu. But my thing is,
and in that song she will hoeing.
Okay, so my thing is, she's hoeing in her head because you're not doing nothing to her in real life.
She kind of hoeing in real life.
No, but my point is, yeah, in between you and your partner in the relationship, if things are not going well in the bedroom, right, then the mind
Direct him. That's why
the
it's your
mind
partner.
will drift. Okay, I'm not saying go and talk to someone or entertain someone emotionally. I'm not saying go and fuck somebody else. I'm not saying any of these things. But what I'm saying is the mind will then begin to drift because everything that she's been telling you or trying to teach you has been not working. So therefore now she's like, what do you even do? So now she gives you time to pattern up. But then it's like, how much time do you give this person to pattern up? Do you get it? So you give them the time that you want them to pattern up, and then you know what? It's not all about the bedroom stuff. So you might focus on other stuff like the emotional stuff, the spiritual stuff, the partnership side of the stuff, right? So many factors to consider. But then going back to that, right, it's like it either improves or it just doesn't go anywhere at all. So just like, then what do? You don't cheat, but you get out of the situation if you're not happy, if it's not meeting your emotional needs, your physical needs, your spiritual needs. Like there's love languages that include affection, communication, touch, and all this stuff, right? So therefore, if your love languages are not being met, then who's to say that this person even loves you?
First, see what I mean, and this is what I mean. For a man, as a man, that's not something a man considers. I just want. This is what I was saying. This is what I was previously saying before. A woman checks out emotionally first. This is exactly what I'm saying. For a woman, the whole relationship is more encompassing. Not to say that men are not emotional. I'm just saying that the requirement isn't solely emotional. A man is okay knowing that he's going out, he's providing, he's coming back. He's happy to know that there's food.
But there's a lot of these guys not even providing these days. Women are providing. That's why they feel like they don't need a man.
This is what I mean. No, this is what I mean. First and foremost.
But
no. First and foremost, number one. You know what I mean? First and foremost.
As a woman, you should have your own. Have your own always, and then whatever he has is this additional.
But that's normal.
I mean, I said that a lot of it.
Exactly, but that's normal.
How dare you fight me?
So my thing is this, right? My thing is this, right? My thing is this. Yeah, cool. Get in the camera. My thing is this, right? I feel like in this day and age, the women of today have been so strong for so long that now they've got that don't need a man mentality. Now,
yeah, because what?
Hold on. No matter what a woman says, you are going to need a man. We're seeing like today. We were talking about identity before. This is why I brought up this subject. The youth. A lot of the youth today that we see out here, a lot of them are not in two-parent household. It's just a matter of fact. A matter of fact. There you go. It's a matter of fact. That's what. Listen. That's what I get.
This is what happened. This is why you should give me the microphone.
For entrepreneurs last week. Hold on.
Karma will spin the block.
Let me spin the bars. So it's like, I feel like in this day and age, the reason why a lot of what's going on is because the traditional family has broken down. And yes, that is down to our music. That's how relationships are viewed. That's how dating is happening. Like 20v1s, pop the balloon. I'm not gonna lie, I find a lot of those things a joke because, like I said before,
crap.
with my little brother, how I might not to say that he ain't got game because that's my bro. Do you know what I mean? If you know, you know. It's a case of how can I guarantee that he's gonna have the game to be able to go and express himself to a woman? Because a lot of people are saying that there's an increase in incels. That's basically man them who haven't interacted with women, and that number is increasing day by day. And when you think about it, you realize that damn, social media, the norms of relationships, how people date and how people see relationships has changed so drastically that it's kind of made it impossible for women to be not only traditional but to be treated traditionally, because relationships now are no longer traditional. Because I know you've been talking about marriage, right? I don't feel like marriage is held in the same regard as it was before because of how relationships are viewed. Because think about it, do you feel like you would meet your husband on a 20v1? Let's be real.
Absolutely not.
Thank you very much. Do you feel like you would meet your husband on a pop the balloon?
No.
Do you feel like you would meet your husband on a blind date?
I don't know.
Ideally.
I don't know.
Actually, no, blind date is kind of different because you're actually going to talk to someone. Because in these 20v1s and these other things, I realized that there's no conversation. And this is why... Hold on. There's no conversation happening. And you were talking about how the compatibility between you and a person, like a person might not be able to satisfy you, right? Now, the only way you would find out that person... You could find out that person wouldn't be able to satisfy you beforehand if you were able to conversate with the person and if you were able to get to know them. But in the 20v1, you're seeing that person, you're going based off of attraction. Bear in mind, you're just going off attraction. You don't know if this person...
It's more about the view than it is about the competition that's happening between you and that person. So it's like, no.
Hence why I was saying it's more of a competition and consumption rather than collaboration, because It's what are you giving me, right? You're beautiful, you're looking leng, you're a strong man, you're gonna provide for me. Woman, you're gonna looking kind of leng, you know what I mean? Yeah, the guys are gonna be like, right, is that you, bro? Cool, settled. You don't know what her mindset is, you don't know what her values are, you don't know how she's going to benefit your life, only that she's gonna look next to you. And I'm not gonna lie, this is why a lot of the man them are cheating, because they might step into something and they might be like, rah, you're just a face. I've been there. I'm not gonna lie, I've been out here a long time. I've been there, you're like, damn, you're really just a face. It's tough. You may not want to say it because you're like, you know what? I don't wanna be I don't wanna make her feel bad, or I don't wanna be a bad man. But I feel like the way things have gone, it's just set the parameters for how things are today. Hence why I said that women have more options, because it's easier for them to be, chosen. And for men, it's more of a spiritual thing. That a man is literally out there always looking for his soulmate, but a woman is more likely
No, because women be soul searching for a long time, and they get disappointed, as you say.
Hold on, I had to finish. A man is more.
Well, now you're done because I'm talking. Yeah, about women are out here not listen. These guys don't. First of all, yeah, cool. A woman will definitely be out here soul searching to the point where she will create solutions and delusions in her head based on someone that she likes, right? I'm standing up because I'm standing on business, because I don't know who this man thinks he is, thinking that he can always talk over me. Like, how dare he, first of all? Like, no, you're not going to keep talk over me, because I have a lot to say regarding this topic. Women be soul searching, okay? Especially because we're a lot more intuitive, more than men, usually, okay? And we're a lot more emotionally mature, more than men, in most cases, okay? It takes a long time for men to catch up to us maturity wise, right? But there's a lot more younger guys today of this generation. See what I'm saying? I just knew I had to slap behind me. Intuitive. Anywho, it takes a long time for men to catch up to us women, mature. Shut the front door. In terms of emotional maturity, right? They need to have a lot more time to develop, because when it comes to them, it's like, what, he's 27 right now, yeah, but
she had a whole year on to man.
Okay, cool, he's 26 right now, but by the time he's like 27, 28, his emotional maturity would be a lot more better, right now he's a little bit more immature than most 30-year-olds, right? A guy at 30 and a guy at 26, it's a lot different. Yeah, but then you have those rare gems at like 21 and a bit older, where they actually a lot more emotionally more advanced. Like, for example, like myself, I'm 25, right? I'm 25, right? But I actually have...
She definitely tried to fire my face.
a more mature mind and spirit compared to most people my age, so I can get along with someone a bit older, right? So I can therefore be like, do you know what? I can see myself being with someone that's about maybe like 30 or something like that, and that's okay, and absolutely not what he said. But definitely going forward in life, right, you have to meet someone that's on your level, like maturity wise, emotionally wise, spiritual wise and stuff like that. And I feel like definitely you can give people the grace to catch up to you, and you can teach them things, and you can have yourself be taught things, which I definitely think is necessary to learn about life and love going forward. But I just think don't get lost in the source, and don't get lost in the potential of things, because I definitely done that before, and that's not cool. So that's another thing about being spiritual, because you could think, you know what, the potential of this situation looks great, and that's you thinking about the future, thinking about kids, thinking about marriage, thinking about this, thinking about that. But really and truly, you haven't known this person that long, and things always switch up at the end of the day, especially if you guys are not aligned for the right path, or you just don't have the right goals in mind and things like that. So I think definitely not to get ahead of yourself, and it's a lot easier said than done. But going forward in life, you just have to take things one day at a time, and just be sure of the decisions that you're making and who you're making the decisions with. That part. And that's my side.
Should have hit with a suplex. She try to fire man's face, innit?
First of all, that's disgusting, and I would never do that.
Well, she did it.
I would never do that. No, I did not. You can clearly see that I have a cold. You can clearly hear it as well.
You know what? Her nose is blocked.
From smelling all that bullshit from your upper lip.
Beat me to it again. But it's fine. It's fine. Everyone knows I was going to say it first. But, right, so everything she was saying, fair enough. I hear it. But at the same time, when it comes to emotional intelligence, I feel like it's a two-way street. Wherever you're a man or wherever you're a woman, I feel like depending on the experiences that you've had, that will ultimately determine how you handle relationships. For me, I've been lucky enough to experience both good and bad relationships. Like I said, I've been out for a minute. And from my experience, I know that, first things first, this is for the man them. If a woman wants to do for you, my bro, she's gonna do for you. If she doesn't, you just aren't that guy for her. Yeah, it's tough to hear, but that's just what it is. That's the game. Same for ladies. If a man wants you, he wants you. If he don't, he just ain't gonna do. If he really wants you, he'll show out for you. And that's just the truth of the matter on that note. My people, I want to ask you this one question. What do you think love is? Leave that one down in a comment. Thank you for tuning in. It's been your boy Mercy.
Big Rose, big brrr.
And you already know. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to thank God. Make sure to smile. And make sure you tell someone you love them. Peace. See that outro right there? About emotional maturity. What are you talking about?
These guys aren't not emotionally mature. They just pretend like they are so they can get you some cookie.